Klay Thompson, that's another name along the lines of every other guy that we have apparent interest in is Klay Thompson. And recently, Anthony Slater of The Athletic reported, quote, Klay Thompson wants to win. Don't expect him to chase the largest possible offer from the Detroit Pistons or Charlotte Hornets, even if that's the correct financial or leverage move. But there are plenty of cap space teams with a clear upward path to contention than the Warriors. That includes the Oklahoma City Thunder, the Philadelphia 76ers, and the Orlando Magic. So what do you guys think about Klay Thompson? Klay Thompson on a 1+1 deal if we do strike out with the other big names out there.
I mean, I would always take a Klay Thompson. I don't think he would come to Philly, but I would. You can take him in 1 year and deal, and the way he shoots the ball, and he was always a threat to shoot it. Definitely, definitely has an interest. I have an interest. I just don't think he would come to Philly. I mean, he's a California guy, played on the coast, West Coast. So I don't see it. I'm not even getting my hopes up with that.
I'd see like
I would see him going back. I would say he would just re-sign before he does that.
Yeah. Especially if he's taking less.
Yeah, go somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere in LA or like somewhere. I just can't see it.
Yeah. I would think that's more likely. I think, again, with the Bridges type team, I think he'd be a great 2-guard with Maxey, with the Bridges, with Embiid. Yeah. If you want to balance, again, we're talking about like a Denver Nuggets type team, I think he would go really good with that kind of squad.
Yeah. I agree.
But, yeah.
Klay Thompson, he just released a video on I guess his Instagram of him working out, and he's looking great, as everyone does in the offseason in their workout videos. He's knocking them down. He's looking good in his summer workout. So, up in that value for free agency.
Yeah,
got his hand to him.
It's a cool report to come out. I mean, I like that he's not just chasing money; he wants to actually win. That's maybe like a message to the Warriors to say, hey, I'm not trying to break the bank. Just give me like a decent contract and I'll stick around for a couple more years and retire with our guys, So like that, maybe that's a statement to them. Before we move on, I want to go back. One last thing we could talk about, because we talked a lot about Markkanen as an option. He's been in that tier we talked about a lot as a good like stretch 4.
Yeah.
Do you think Cat would work with Embiid, Eric?
I do. But I think you need,
because if Markkanen can't, why can't Cat?
Kind of. Yeah, I think Cat can, the way he shoots the ball. Defensively, he played much better in the playoffs than people gave him credit for. I think he can. You got to kind of decide how you want your 2 and 3 to look beside them. But I think he can.
I mean, if we're talking about, a lot of people will say we should prioritize a guy who can play stretch 4 and shoot the ball next to Embiid, and a guy who can play center when Embiid's out. Shouldn't Cat be like top 5 trade targets based on that? I mean, he is that.
He's arguably number 1. Arguably,
yeah.
For that, for what you said, yes.
Because let's say we had a team. Let's say it was Cat instead of Tobias. Let's say Embiid's knee flared up. You could win a game with Cat as your 5 and feel if you have decent depth the rest of the way.
Yeah, I mean that's that's the thing about it. It's sort of like the Al Horford experience. And
yes,
would it be the Al Horford experience or will it be better? You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like how you have to consider it.
Yeah. Well, he loves shooting the 3 more than Al, so I think we would embrace that part of him and be like,
and he shoots it better. I mean, I think it can work. I think it can work. But I would want to see how the other pieces would look. in addition to that. So I still think you need some length at the 3, the length and versatility at the 3, and either 2, unless you put Maxey at the 2. You kind of need to, because McDaniels is a good fit with Cat in Minnesota.
Yes.
So you need something similar to that.
Yeah. That is definitely true. You would need to go more just 3-and-D wings, long, versatile wings. You can, that's when you still maybe even go after a Caruso type to play with Maxey, who can guard, get down, play the 2, play the 3 as far as on defense. And you need like a versatile 3, for sure there. Yeah. I think it would work.
Would Bridges be a good fit? Miles Bridges be a good fit with Cat at 4 and him at 3?
I would. That doesn't really. I don't want. I think Miles being a full-time 3 is not necessarily his best strength. I think he needs to be 4-3 more than 3-4.
Yeah,
I know he probably don't want me to. I probably know he probably feels differently, because I know for a fact at Michigan State that was an issue. He wanted to be more of a 3 than a 4.
Okay.
I just think that he is. I think he has an advantage when he's at the 4 more than at the 3. Unless the 3-4 is interchangeable, you kind of play them the same way. It really doesn't matter.
So
you know what I'm saying?
Carlton Towns.
If he goes to Phoenix and plays with KD, it doesn't really matter. You know what I'm saying? He's 3 or 4. He's going to guard the best 3 or 4. He's going to play the same way because of who he's playing beside. So it kind of depends on if you're distinguishing a real difference between that in that position.
Yeah.
What do you think it would take to get Karl-Anthony Towns? Would his price point probably be more than Lauri Markkanen, or be about the same?
No, I don't think. I think it'd be less.
I can see Minnesota. I can see Minnesota making changes, and he would probably be the first guy that they would look to change. But I would think that they want. I would think it would have to be a 3-team trade. I don't think that it's a cap space, and we always have Tobias, who can be moved somewhere to help him.
He'd actually be a pretty good fit over there.
I believe. Oh no! I mean, Tobias. They may take a Tobias in Minnesota.
Yeah.
You can add another piece with him. So it can be done. I would say it's probably multi-team, but it can be done.
Yeah, that's interesting because I think that would be a good use to them in that deal because they can't. I mean, I don't think they'd have enough money to go out even if we did clear that money up for them. I don't think they really could go out and spend a lot of money anyway. So they would need to take back something in that deal to make it worth it for them and to keep contending. So, yeah, I mean, I think Tobias would be a great pickup for them. I think he'd fit pretty well with.
The thing that the reason why they can Minnesota can do something like that is because Naz Reid, the way he's played.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Naz Reid was a gem for them.
So you get a cheaper piece, you can do something different. So we'll see.
Yeah, they're gonna have to make tough decisions because their cap for next season as it stands right now is 193. So yeah, they got decisions.
Yeah, that's why I read that if they moved the ownership issue was the issue. The new ownership was supposedly going to move salary, and that was the guy that everyone was looking at. So
yeah,
until they kind of figure that out, we won't know how it's going to look.
Yeah. And if you, I mean, I don't know what we're talking about as far as Tobias' contract. Who the hell knows at this point? But it'd be less than $49 million. So they would recoup, 20 some million, 25 million off that. That'd be something they might be interested in while staying competitive. And I think for us, I think it works. I mean, it's not conventional, and we kind of tried it already. But I think if you build the right team around it, and it would be a great way to keep Joel fresh. You wouldn't have to play Joel at center all the time. You could stagger his minutes. You could rest him more often. You could put Batum at 4 and then put Cat at 5 when Joel's out, and not really miss that much of a beat and still be a good team. Batum's the guy who can mesh with a lot of different lineups too, which I'd like. I'd really like him back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see Cat and Embiid have a history, have somewhat of a rivalry throughout the year. So it'd be interesting to see if how that would work. I mean, Embiid and Drummond had a little bit of a history before he came over, and they became friends quite after that. So, yeah.